$1,000,000 question is, which one of these is better? Like, comment, subscribe if you're new here, and follow my Twitch at Vassy. Now, obviously, after countless testing and long weeks of BGs waiting up until this season to start for PvP, most of us Windwalker mains have had time to actually test out which one of these talents, or hero talents, shall we say, is better than the other. Now, obviously, it's very, very situational. Flurry Strikes, also known as Shadow Pan, the ability itself lets off a flurry charge at 300 energy spent, and it's very easy to stack up to 10 stacks, which is the maximum, with just Fist of Fury. In terms of where it can be viable, it would mostly be viable in BGs as well as 3s, because the fact that that flurry charge burst comes up very, very often and it's very easy to stack up makes it an amazing contender against Celestial Conduit. Celestial Conduit, on the other hand, also known as Conduit of the Celestials, has a lot of channeled burst. But listen, I know I did a video on this the other day about bursting as a Windwalker, but the thing is about it is that it would only be viable, that I can see at the moment, in 2s. I haven't had the ability to test it in ranked arenas, but I've tested it in skirmishes, and obviously Celestial Conduit does one-shot people. You can pretty much isolate someone themselves. If you got someone to CC the healer, you CC the healer with a little incap, right? And then you get someone else to CC that person and you isolate someone. You pretty much press the button and you can one-shot someone in it, as long as they're in a stun. Obviously, taking the PvP talent, Absolute Serenity, does help. It obviously helps it not being CC'd by incap, disorient, snares, and roots. So obviously you have that going for yourself, so you don't have to get interrupted every time. But the downside is that you can get stunned. In terms of all of this, Monk does seem very, very viable in terms of this whole PvP season that's coming up. I have seen some very strong contenders such as Frost DKs, Unholy DKs, you know, Destruction Warlocks, Frost Mages especially, and Assassination Rogues, which I'm a bit scared to go into myself, as well as Fury Warriors. But we're going to find out how it does. When it comes down to the season start, if there's any monks out there that really do like the class, I'll be streaming it live on my Twitch channel at Vassy. So make sure to drop a follow, because I'm going to try and push Glad. I'm going to try my hardest to do it, and it's possible, but let's just see how tough this journey is coming up against all these other classes that are a bit overtuned at the moment. But the state of Monk at the moment is amazing, and I do really think that there is a bit of changes coming for the Monk in the future. They haven't said anything, but listen, in terms of everything else that's out there, we seem to be a bit less tuned. But in terms of survivability and sustainability, in terms of healing that we can do to ourselves, and the fact that we can actually just burst whenever, makes us a very, very viable contender in this new PvP season that's about to begin. For all my PvE lovers out there, do not play Celestial Conduit in PvE, in Mythic Pluses, in raids and stuff. Honestly, it's so troll, man. Flurry Strikes definitely tops everything else. If you check the damage at the end of the entire dungeon, you can see Flurry Strikes is pretty much near the top. So use Flurry Strikes. In terms of how I'm going to be going about it, when I'm playing 3s, I'm going to be using Flurry Strikes. When I'm playing 2s, I'm going to be using Celestial Conduit. But I will be flipping out between the two until I have a 100% certain answer. And I will come back to this video in the future and correct myself if I have made a mistake. But honestly, in terms of what other Windwalkers have said, and other streamers and other YouTubers, it's looking like it's a Flurry Strike choice for PvP at the moment.